Well, welcome to Simply Live with SimplyLesa. Good morning. I don't see anybody here yet, so I'm going to continue hunting for my. I forgot what it's called. My connector thing so that my phone can be on my tripod. I have misplaced it. I thought I knew exactly where it was, and I'm having trouble finding it. So it shouldn't be in this bag. This bag is all clothes. And so as you guys come in, please say hello to each other. Oh, there's some people. Okay. So as y'all are coming in, I know you can't see me very good. I'm hunting for my other little tripod, which I thought I knew exactly where it was, and I can't find it. And it has I forgot what that thing's called in the photography world. Oops. I turned on my rechargeable fan accidentally. It's the thing that holds my phone and screws on the top of my tripod. And you know, y'all know I tend to try to be pretty organized and know where everything is. But I was using it the other day, so good morning, and I'll look in a second to double check who's here. So good morning. I am live this morning from Zukipalooza, but to be honest, most of the Zukis just left on a really big another trail ride, which they sometimes call rallies in the off-road world. Unfortunately, or fortunately, one of the two, I know my capabilities, okay? The trail they're going on today is dangerous, and they're running a risk of damaging their own vehicles. They all talked about it before they left, and I'm not going because I'm not damaging my vehicle. I love my tracker so much. We're not doing that. So I'm still hunting and I still can't find it. What did I do with that thing? I had it with me at Expo. I used it at Expo. I wasn't feeling good now that I'm thinking about it. That was the last day. Oh, poop. I hope that day I wasn't feeling good. I didn't leave it behind in the chair, which would have gotten, oh, I hope I didn't do that. That was my little tiny, hiking minimalist tripod, and I had screwed the thing on. Oh, I can't find it. That was the last time I used it. All right, we're going to do the best we can without it because I don't know what else to do, and I can't think of any other place where I would have placed it, stuck it. I'm not really very much for just randomly putting things places. I've lost stuff before. It's not the first time. But, oh, I hope I didn't leave it. If I did, I did. I mean, what else can you do? You just, this is one of those cases where if I made a mistake, I have to let it go. But, boy, that hurts. All right, well, let me close this down because I just moved my campsite. Wait a minute. I forgot. I can turn the camera view. Oh, my fingers were in this is part of what's the problem with not having that thing. Turn the camera around for you. Look, the back of my tracker, my pea cup, my little bathroom trowel, and trash from two people because Pixie was staying with me. And this is my Protect the Ground doohickey from I used my Kelly kettle this morning, and this is my lunch in foil that I cooked this morning in case the wind was blowing, which the wind is blowing. Oh, poop. I think I lost that thing. Oh, I bet I left it when I wasn't feeling good. Oh. Okay, well, here I am. like I said, most everybody's off on a trail ride. Um, what are we going to talk about today? I'm tired. We, I have had a full few weeks, full, busy, crazy. So if I left my, oh, that was a nice tripod thing. I can't think where I put it. That's what I try to do is try to remember the last time I was using it. And I remember it was the day that my hand locked up on me at Expo was the last time I was using it. And I had had it earlier at a table. You know what? I'm just remembering that one of the volunteers gave me a ride in the golf cart. Oh, and I might have left it in the cup holder in the golf cart. Well, too late now. Bummer. Okay. Hard for me to switch from that gear to focusing on something else right this second. Good morning, whoever's there. Let me go see your comments already because I don't think that I should have canceled today, but I am tired. Um, Thank you so much, Iris, about the tracker looking so good. What did that say? Oh, don't put my hand in front of the camera, but this is going to be wiggly with me trying to see the messages you're sending. If someone, oh, welcome to live chat. Come on, I'm the one doing this. What are you doing? Okay, I got the tracker looking good. Yeah. Morning, Bonnie. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Iris. Hi, Be on the Road, I think it says. Oh, Bonnie. Oh, you changed your name. Cool. And Catherine Cook. Hi, Catherine. We texted earlier today. So Catherine has a little hunch what I'm doing next. Can I hold this on my knee like that? Yeah, you guys can see me. My hair's very fluffy and the wind's been blowing. So, you know, forgive me. My ponytail, my braid is getting so heavy again. Um, All right, let's see. I need to try to focus. I did not prepare any notes or points for what I wanted to talk about today because it has been just busy. So, events and things of that nature. This event's a small one because it's basically probably would have been a bigger attended event back when uh, sidekicks, trackers, Suzuki Samurais um, were a bigger, a newer item. There's one Vitara here. You'll be seeing pictures soon because I took some walk around videos. I took pictures of everybody's rigs. So you'll be meeting some other people in some videos over the next few days. Yeah, my tracker's looking pretty good. I know. And I love what a freaking game changer having that Cascadia solar panel on the hood. Now, I'd like to shame Cascadia and their owner for not understanding that I'm a low income YouTuber who will give him lots and lots of um, free advertisement for his product, even though it's an expensive piece, right? A lot of people would want this just because it's a space saver. And what a game changer for running my refrigerator off my drive battery. Because until I can save quite a little bit of money again for house batteries, this is running my refrigerator, and I tried it out as both a fridge and a freezer, and it's running it off my drive battery. And the only thing I have to remember is not to park too much put the front of the car in the sun. That's all I got to remember. And I already use sunshades in the windshield, so that helps keep the inside of the car cool. And I use my little pillowcase style shade screens on the doors. I got a kind that, let me get up and show you. I got a kind of shade screens that cover the mirrors so that they kind of cover a little better. I am going to have to modify them by opening a little space, probably right here. They're a little tight. And if I just open the seam and add a little piece of black fabric, it'll hold them down a little better. They'll fit better, but they fit good already. So that allows the air and no bugs to get inside. And so most of these things are on my Amazon store. And not only did I get hacked in my credit union account recently, but somebody messed with my website. And so we just fixed that. And so the website's supposed to have a button. I haven't gone out to double check, but Darren was working on that the other day. So for me. And so it should be back up and running like it was. I want to make some updates to it. I want to change a few things. And I want to kind of hook it into my blog and make it so if you want to sign up for getting an email blog, you can get that. But anyways, that's not all working right now. But the all of these items should be in my Amazon store. And if they're not, I'll get them in there soon. If you need a link to something faster, please let me know. I'm looking into trying to get some affiliate links because making a little bit of money but not going over my limits for disability would be worth it to me and would help me to do this even better. Like I said, I want to shame David and the Cascadia 4x4 people for not choosing me to be one of the people they sponsored because I'm lower income. And some of the people they sponsored this year and gave these kits to, they weren't even low income. They might have a cool trip that they've already advertised, but I'm going to have a cool trip too. I just didn't want to tell people until I was for sure. And anyways, so I want to shame him a little bit that he only gave me I think he gave me 15% off the kit price. I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm low income. Sometimes some of you guys could help me a little more, and then I would put you in as sponsors. And like the InstaPrivy people, I try to put InstaPrivies. I need to go check and edit some of the old videos, but I try to put them on as in a list of items I use all the time on the descriptions of my videos so that you guys can find them all the time. And I know Paul and his wife, I don't want to say the wrong name, but I think her name's Sheila, but I'm not forever. Names lately, I've been to so many events, it's like, oh crap, have I got the right names? I know Paul's right. Sheila might be the wrong name for his wife, but whatever. From InstaPrivy, they were so freaking happy to see me. They were like, oh my gosh, we hear about you all the time. People come and say, we saw you on SimplyLesa's videos and we're here to buy one. That's all there is to it. And some of the people from my classes at Expo did the same thing. So that I feel good when I can help people that way because they're just a family trying to take care of themselves too. Okay. So, what else is going on? Oh, my mechanic's the bomb. I love my little truck. I am so happy with my truck. I can't tell you enough. I want to put like on the back of school buses, above my rear window, there's a little space on the removable top. I would really like to put the statement there that the top speed of this vehicle is 65 miles an hour. That's not actually my top speed. I can do 70. I just don't like to do 70 in it. But I would like to do that for a safety factor. And I should stop by, and I probably will stop by Holbrook's MDV, which is our DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles. But for us, it's Motor Vehicles Department or something like that. Our name had to be different in Arizona. But anyways, I'll stop by Holbrook at some point. This year, my my tracker became vintage and I can get vintage plates for it. All of those things will help the people on a highway kind of just go around me rather than pulling up real quick, slamming on their brakes, and then, only leaving 4 inches as they pass my bumper, which it looks to me like it's 4 inches. It's probably more, but some of them are a little scary on the road. So, you know, okay. And my rig drives well. I have one of the good. I ended up with I have an automatic because of my MS diagnosis, and I got a 1.6 engine came in this, but a 1.6 engine that has a 4-speed automatic, and it does really good. I can't do 90 very often. All right, let's see. I'm looking to see who else is around. Y'all, please, remember to say hi. Oh, is Tiny here? Hi, George, and your wife. I know her name, but I'm tired today, so please forgive me for not having your names right. But good morning, Tiny GPS. I'm not seeing questions yet. If you have questions, please put them in so I can answer them. And please use the uppercase 3 Qs in front so I can see it. Don't forget to become members of my YouTube channel. I am getting ready to make some changes on things, but I've had a couple of small health issues. I'm wondering if the day when my arm froze up on me and I couldn't move for 20 minutes, I wonder if it was because I took time-release Tylenol. And I'm allergic to ibuprofen, so it's possible. So, but we don't know. My doctor's office was going to call me right back. I haven't ever received a call back from them. I will stop and see them on the way to the cabin. I'm having to go back to the cabin, even though I was supposed to go onward to Oregon. I have to go back because I need to go to my post office to pick up my new debit card and a new card that's being sent from Cash App, because I'd never used Cash App before. I believe somebody who watches my videos sent me money on Cash App maybe a month ago, and I thought it was a scam and I deleted it. So if you're that person, would you please go back out? I would be willing to accept the money now that I understand how to use Cash App, and I apologize for not understanding that that was real and not a scam. And if you don't want to donate, that's fine too. I will get by. I manage on my income. Thank you, David, for giving me the 15% discount on the Cascadia 4x4 solar panel kit. But honestly, even at that, I had to sell a large item in order to invest in this system. And that's what we do sometimes. And I just want you to know that if that's where you are and it's what you have to do to make your life easier in your travel world or adventure world, and it's worth it to you, don't forget that that's an option. If I have to do it, it's possible you might have to do it. And if it works for you, then wonderful. For me, this turned out to be a really good switch to sell the other item and then to get this. Has changed my life, because now my refrigerator runs as both a refrigerator or a freezer when I want it to, and I don't have to worry about my drive battery. So that's a big deal. Plus, it didn't take my roof for a solar panel. It took my hood, which was not a space that was being used. It's true, my mechanics that helped me put it on, there's a kind of there's a hood line. You know how there's a little bump sometimes in the hood, or a little design thing that is at an angle like this. And the guys were saying, wow, we ought to get our buddy who does vehicle wraps to just wrap the rest of that shape on the hood in black to match the solar panel so that it kind of matches. But I like it this way, but the other would look cool too. Who knows what will happen. Yes, someday I would like to redo the paint. I can't afford that at this stage of the game. It's not time for me to put that on the list. But when I redo the paint job on the tracker, I'm thinking about doing bed liner because of desert pinstriping and the fact that I go in some pretty tight spaces, and I want to keep the black and white theme going in the tracker because to me that's classic Chevy tracker look. You know, is the black and white. There's plenty of other colors, but for me, the black and white was classic. So, what else? Some of you saw the little short I did about the hammock stand for the front hitch. I did finally get the front hitch welded on. I was camping with Bradley Enlau, who is Sun Romer Overland. Um, I was camping with him and his dog after the Overland Expo, and he owns a McLean hammock stand, which is sold by Adventure Hammock Systems. And he allowed me to remove the one from his truck and try it on the tracker. And so that's the short that you saw of the hammock stand on the tracker. Was he let me try it out for 2 days while we were camped together, and I freaking love it. Now, I will be talking to Adventure Hammock Systems about a sponsorship, and if they don't, I've already found a way to get one from China cheaper. And so I will do everything I can to get the cheaper one from China if I need to, if I can't get a sponsorship. Because again, it's a really well made product, but it's really expensive. And on my $1,000 a month, and I have to live, I have to buy groceries because I can't eat food from the food banks. I have to buy groceries. There are things I have to pay for all by myself, and I cannot afford these expensive pieces of equipment. So I do try to get sponsorship, and I'm so grateful that InstaPrivy, Paul and his wife, were so wonderful to gift me my InstaPrivy. And so yeah, it was only $125 or maybe it's $150 kit right now, but look at how many I've helped them. I helped them advertise, how many people have seen them in my videos and then have gone and bought them or have been in my classes and went, that's perfect. I need that for my grandmother. I need it in my car so that when my grandmother and I are on a trip and she's got to go pee and we have no way to do anything but stop beside the road, she can have her privacy while she does what she needs to. I've had people even like that. So that's wonderful. And so I continue to ask and to reach out to the companies for some of these rather expensive pieces of equipment. I do ask for help with those things and for sponsorship because I can't afford a $700 hammock stand. There's no freaking way. It's going to be hard for me to buy a $200 one. And I'm blessed and grateful for the uh, patient assistance fund that my therapist has. And once a year, she can help me buy some things. And this year, 1 year, she helped me to buy my refrigerator because it would help me with my diet and my foods. And this year, she's helping me to buy more clothes. So, socks and underwear and a winter coat that I'm not allergic to because I am allergic to the down jacket. And I kept trying to make it that I'm not, put things between me and the down around my face so I'm not breathing it. But I'm allergic to it. I puff up, my eyes get black. It's a thing. So, I feel like that's a lot of detail. I have a lot more travel coming up this year, and I need to carefully manage my new schedule. Let's see what's going on up here. I'm trying not to put my finger in the camera. Reach out to me about the camera system as I used to put camera equipment on buses, fire trucks. Okay, great. Wonderful. And I will reach out to you. Shadow Wolf sent me a package. It was received by my neighbors. I asked them to meet my UPS guy. And so when I get back to the cabin, I'll have that stuff with me before I'm on my way to Oregon. On the way to Oregon, I will make a stop through in Flagstaff and visit with Tiny GPS. I will also visit with um, Betty Joe, who's up in that area. I don't know who else is up there, but you let me know, and maybe we can get together a night or in the morning or something if you're up in that area. Um, okay. Um, Tammy, that's right. I'm so sorry, George, that I couldn't think of her name. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you for being willing. Because when I'm extra tired, I think a piece of my brain shuts down. I did try eating something yesterday that I have not had in a few years. And I've been okay, but I got puffy. So I probably won't try that one again for another year. I see, Iris, that you're looking for front and rear cameras. Okay, that's a good idea. When I was at Expo, I got to ride in one of the new 4Runners from Toyota. I'm not buying one, and that's what they were there for, but they were bored early in the morning and I was walking by, so I went for a ride with them. Never thought about cameras for my tracker. And then realized they have a front camera so that when you're overlanding with the vehicle and you come up over a hill and it's one of the steep hills where all you see is the hood of your car, you can't see the road, the camera shows you what's in front of you. And I was like, oh, that's a good idea. So I could put a camera on the front of the tracker. That might happen one day. It won't happen today, but I can see that. I need to take it easy and rest, yes. And I do have trouble with resting. I was kind of raised in that Yankee New England, work is more important than rest kind of idea. And so I do have trouble relaxing. And I think that's why I want the hammock so much. Because when I get in the hammock, even if it's only a 10-minute nap, I rest so well. And when I get the hammock stand, whichever one I get, there's a way to add a ridge line. You have to have a little more pole, but you add a ridge line and and a tarp. And I have a mosquito cocoon, and I want to have that set up because I might even sleep in it sometimes. I just love how I relax in a hammock. So that's another reason that I realize why I want that so bad. Did I see that there's a Mitzi here? How nice. Welcome. Welcome anybody who's new. Welcome to our little community of Sunday morning people. What's this? Oh, it's maddening when you lose things sometimes. Although I'm not really angry, but let's see what else. I don't see any other questions. Questions, please, people. Because I'm not as focused as I could be. Cool, Tiny GPS. I have a couple of buddies that have done a lot of installation of radios, but not cameras. So yeah, I'll talk to you about it when it comes time. By the way, Tiny, will you get a hold of me later? Somebody here at Zukipalooza was asking me about a possibility. Did I know anybody that had a flexible solar panel? It didn't need to be super big, but for their tracker. They don't want to spend the money like I did on the hood mount, but they have a metal removable top, and they would like to install one on the metal removable top, but they don't want to do Harbor Freight. And I thought once you said that you had one and maybe the price was reasonable. This person doesn't have much money, but would you send me a message and ask me about that? And let's see whether you have a panel still or not. And he's not looking for a big one, but he could come up with some money, but he's just like me, cheap to free is good. So if you'd please just get a hold of me later, I'd appreciate that. And you all know, if you get a hold of me and I don't answer you quickly, it's not because I don't care. It's because I'm either tired or busy. And I will get a hold of you as soon as I can deal with whatever it is that you've asked me. But it gives me time to think about it when I get it as a text or an email, and then I can, when I'm ready to put some energy into it, I can answer you. That's how I do that. I noticed on some of the Facebook groups, I'm starting to leave Facebook groups personally because everybody thinks they have the answers, and I'm not helpful to people that way. So, in some of those groups, I will be leaving some of them. And then, if they are led to come over and find me, we can help them out in our group as our group becomes more private, which is happening, but happening slowly because I'm busy. Um, but I noticed in some of the groups that people are just whiny, begging, and almost sounding like they're having a drug induced problem, which is what it sounds like to me. And I don't mean to be opinionated, but I don't have time for that stuff, and I don't want it coming across my feed. And if the person is actively in some kind of drugs or unsafe situation, they need to be dealing with police or other things. They don't need to be coming out to a group of friendly people that are just trying to support each other. And so I appreciate that those groups are there and that those people are answering and entertaining them, but I don't need to put my energy there. I'm going to put my energy where I can do the most good using the least of my energy, not because I don't care, but because if I don't stay healthy, I can't help anybody. And so I'd rather help the few and then they go help other people because they will. Because what I do is not something that is static and stationary. If you were to reach out to me and I was helping you with something, for example, I had a phone call from some friends the other day, and they were just like, "We don't know how to downsize anymore. We're stuck. Could we talk to you about it?" Well, of course you can. And so I made a phone call to them, and we talked about some of that stuff. And I'm sure that as they begin to make some progress, they will then talk about it with their group of people. So what I do just grows and travels on to help other people. But me being in a separate group to help people, it, I have to wade through so many messages and everything. I just can't do that and stay healthy. So, so I'll be getting out of some other groups in order to concentrate more on our group. And I don't know if we'll keep the current name, but we'll talk about that later. And like I said, that group's going to become more private. It's going to be more hooked to my YouTube membership. And the YouTube membership, the plan is that if you're a member, you'll know where I'm camped. You'll be invited to, like, if you're near where I am, you could come Sunday morning while I'm filming the live, and you could sit with me and be right here, and you could ask me questions in person and have your face on camera, or kind of advertise your own channel or something. And that maybe we would just do coffee, or coffee and hot water, so you could bring your own hot chocolate or tea or whatever you need to have, right? But I used to do that years ago. It really is healthier for me. It's easier for me. And I'm going to do the live anyways. And wherever I do the live, I'm not going to stay there for many days. And so my letting people know exactly where it is and the fact that you can come if you want to, I think that that's kind of cool. And then you'll know where I am. You'll know a little more real time what's going on. You'll maybe I'll let you know some of my favorite campsites, but that's a maybe because sometimes we advertise or we talk about our favorite places and then they get overrun too quick. So um, we'll see. We'll see how that goes, but that's kind of what's happening. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Tiny, that you understand. Oops, I hit the wrong button, so let me go back. No, go back. Okay. Um, I appreciate when people know that I'm or remind me that I'm helpful because sometimes it's being on this other side of a phone. It's not what I thought it was going to be years ago. It's not super fun and whatever else. It's work. It really is work. But my point being, I love being able to help people, and I think that I was given things by God for some of them talent, some of them items, some for free, some for discount, some for whatever, for whatever. Sometimes I gotta like work hard to get them, and they cost money and whatever else. That that hair's driving me crazy. Might drive you crazy, but it's what we got this morning. Um, but if God gave it to me, why am I not sharing it? Yes, there's a thing about the attitude of lack and not having, and I don't think I have that. I think I just give pretty freely, and that doesn't always come back to me. It comes back to other people sometimes, and it's all good. It's all good. I am so I keep using this freaking word. I don't know where that's coming from, but whatever. I am so incredibly blessed. I am so incredibly, epically moved by where I'm able to go and travel and do on my little tiny income in this little tiny car. And I so appreciate everything. Um, and I just do the best I can with what I got. And if I could just encourage you guys to do that, don't forget, use your little turtle steps. Turtle steps get you closer to something, and your something doesn't even have to be an adventure. Maybe you just want to like wash your dishes every week and you don't. It could be anything, but for me, it's having an adventure. I could choose having MS and having the health issues I've had with the allergies and everything else. I could choose to just sit in an apartment and watch TV and wait to die. But I don't want to do that. So I'm not. I'm not going out like that. So you may as well come along for the ride, and if it can encourage you to then choose something that you would like to improve or do or whatever, and just take a turtle step closer to it. And closer, turtle steps are slow motion baby steps because sometimes baby steps are way too big. And so just take lift your foot in the air this week. Next week, make it go forward. The week after, make it go down. And the week after, let it touch the ground. You're still forward. Forward motion gets you somewhere. And so if it's a simple thing like I don't know what, pick your thing, whatever your thing is. But keep it simple. I mean, I have to remind myself all the time. Wait a minute, that thing you're thinking about doing, back it up. What's the problem you're running into? The problem is I need to remember to keep it simple. What did I make too complicated? Oh yeah. I put the camera piece in the wrong place. I always put it in its home and I didn't do it that time. Well, okay. Having only so much gear, you can only lose so much stuff, right? I mean, that is a thing. You know, it's part of how I don't have things stolen from me. And actually, that's kind of stoic thought. And I do like stoic philosophy, by the way. But it is kind of stoic philosophy that, you know, I've had things in my lifetime and people stole them. And it was like, you know, that that thing, whatever it is. I'm not a jewelry person. I love real pearls. These are not real. Okay. I love real pearls and I should be wearing only sterling silver. These happen to not be sterling silver backs, but they don't have nickel in them. And so I can wear these. They're cheap ones, probably from Walmart. But I love real pearls and real sterling silver. Well, if I had that and I wasn't wearing them, I would have to protect them so that they wouldn't get lost or stolen. But I don't have to because I only have the one set of earrings. Well, no, I have two sets. That might not be true. There might be some earrings in a little box up at the cabin, but I don't ever wear them. And I'm not going to ever wear them, and I should give them away because I don't care if they go missing because they're not important to me. You know, if I keep the things that are important to me with me, close to me, or I keep that amount of things small, you know, they can't steal what you don't have. It's a thing. That's part of why I do some minimalist stuff. It's easier to travel, it's easier to keep your freedom. You guys can see I'm rubbing my eyes. I'm tired. Let's see what you got going on. Have we got some more questions, some more things you guys want to talk about? Is there stuff about this Zukipalooza you want to know about since I'm here? Um uh, oh, Iris, hi. Oh, hey, I can't see. It says what does it say KB? KB? Friend from Idaho, now in Texas. Okay. I'm not sure who that is from Idaho, but hi, I'm so glad to see you. I was in Idaho last year. Oh yes, Iris. That makes sense when you were talking about the cameras back there, and you said you needed to be able to prove to somebody that it wasn't your fault, something that happened. Yeah, the cameras for that reason is a good reason. I did see something at the big tent this year, and it was a camera system that was on a rear view mirror that I think it was installed over your current mirror. And it was kind of cool, but it was somewhere around $300. If that works for somebody, that might be useful. I don't know enough about those things, but it was kind of cool idea. And you could put SD cards in that mirror thing. So if you were just taking pictures, because I thought about it, but then I was like, yeah, nah. When you're coming When am I coming to your part of Texas? I do not know what your part of Texas is, and I haven't thought about Texas lately. So here's what I can tell you. Oh, Miss Karen. Oh, hi. I did sleep in your yard. Thank you so much for coming out. How nice that you're out here. That's wonderful. So, I haven't got a plan for south of Houston right now. I do, however, have a plan. I'm supposed to, I put in all my applications to teach at Overland Expo in Virginia, and that is in the Shenandoah Mountains. And when I'm out that direction, I want to see both of my children. That is in October, I believe. And I haven't seen my children since my father died in 2009. So this will probably be the last time. I grew up on the East Coast, and I keep saying now this is a little tongue in cheek, okay? So please understand where this is coming from. But I've been saying for a while that these long, long, long trips, I'm fine with them if I'm taking them a little bit of a chunk at a time, right? But I've been to all over the East Coast, and I'm not sure I really want to do another big trip to the East Coast. But I'd like to see my two children, and my son just had a new daughter in March. So I'd like to kind of see them again, and then let them come to me if they want to after that. The Because I probably won't want to go east again in my lifetime now that I'm, getting the age I am and whatever else. I'm going to be 65 in June, people. Um, so um, I have been saying the only other reason I would go east is if I ever got married again, which I'm open to if it was the right thing. But if I was ever to get married again, I never went to Nova Scotia and I never saw Niagara Falls. And that sounds like a trip for a honeymoon to me. So I'm like, I don't want to do all the driving. I don't want to, whatever. If it ever happens, we can leave that. And if I died and I never got there, it won't hurt me. Now, the Baja thing I just did, when I was in junior high, I wanted to drive on a beach in Baja. The Baja 1000 races were a big deal. Surfing was a big deal. But no, I have not tried to surf. I'm not sure about my balance in surfing, but the healthier I get, the more that's a possibility. And so I might try that someday. I might try paddleboarding or something. I don't want to own one right now because I'd have to find out whether I could do it. But uh, so I've crossed the Baja, driving on a beach in Baja, off the bucket list. So I don't have to do that again. Now, if I choose to go down again just because I want to, that's different. So all that to answer your question, Karen, about Texas. I don't know. I have some other friends in Texas, and that's TJ Shack that comes on here sometimes, and who bought me my water port for the back of the car. Truck. It's not a car, it's a truck. Anyway, they have a vintage Bronco that came stock from the factory with a pop top camper on it, and it's beautiful, and they travel around with that and show it off at different car shows and stuff like that. And they want me to come to Texas as well. And so if that works in with my Virginia trip or on my way back from Virginia trip, then I might be able to do that. So let's kind of keep that open, Karen. And if it is, then I'll stop and see you. But that's right now, I don't have plans for Texas yet. So, but it might be able to work. I might be able to work it in on my way home from Virginia. So let's see what else you guys were questioning as we're. That's so cool to talk, to hear from you. And yeah, and I know Houston's not far from Arkansas because I think I flew into Houston when I went to Arkansas the first time, and my son's in Arkansas, so that I might be able to finagle that and add it in. Let's see. Would you guys like me to talk more about Zukipalooza? It's a small event now. What would you all like me to talk a little bit more about today? I'm a little tired-ish, and the trail I went on yesterday. Yes, yesterday was Sabbath, but I went for a drive, and we did a trail that was incredible. And I split off from the group to take the easy part of the trail because they were like, it's possible for you to damage your vehicle on the trail we're all going on. So you take this other road, and further up, you'll see a trail where we could come up out of the river. And I was like, up out of the river, okay. But I never found a place where they could come up out of the river. There were no roads, no trails, no anything. So I just kept staying on the most well-traveled path. And I went through a gate, and I got to this, went through about 6 water crossings, did some kind of challenging things to be, I had to be careful, and when I got through I went woohoo, you know, because it was stressful. How am I going to do this and not bump the gas tank? I don't have any skid plates and stuff like that. Anyways, and never bumped anything. Now I had removed the water tank to go on the trip just in case, and there was only one spot, but I might have bumped the water tank in one spot. Anyway, so I didn't bump, I didn't do any damage. Scary in a few places. And then we got to this huge big hole, and I didn't see any way around the hole. And we ended up Pixie was riding with me, and I ended up we were starting to try to fill the hole so I could get through it, because going back didn't feel like the option. And then we heard somebody on the radio, because we'd lost radio contact. And then we heard somebody on the radio, and they were like, please come back, come back. You went too far. I was like, okay. We went back, and they were like, why did you go so far? And I was like, there were no roads. And they were like, but this is a road. And I was like, nope. There were no tracks here when I came through. I was the first one, and since whenever it rained last that came through here, there were no tracks. And they were like, oh, you got a point. Okay. Well, this is where we meant. And I was like, yeah, but you didn't explain it very good. So I didn't get that. You know, you didn't tell me if you get to the gate you have to open, don't open it. Come back and just wait. And I was like, okay, well, you know, if you'd have told me that, that would have made a difference. Well, anyway, so you got to be careful when you're traveling with a group to really work on the communication stuff. It's kind of weird, the communication styles between different people and different groups. It's awkward to, you know, when somebody says it's not far, they might mean it's 4 miles, and somebody else will say it's not far and they meant it's 10 feet. So it's weird, and you just got to deal with it. So I did. We got through yesterday, but that trail ride, wait till you see some of those pictures. And some of the pictures, I took video with holding the camera in my hand. So you would have seen my knuckles on the steering wheel, and the video never recorded. So, oh well. So let's see, what else? All right, let's see. So y'all don't forget, I will be doing something in the courtside area around Bob Wells's RTR time. I need to contact Bob because he wanted to do a video about me going to Baja, and I have stories now. And I will probably try to get in on some conversation or teach something at RTR. As I understand it, they're not compensating for classes. I will do what I can to try to see about that, but and then I will camp nearby so that some of you newer people who are coming out for the first time, if you want to do the old school style SimplyLesa newbie camp thing, we'll do that a few days, and the goal is that you graduate yourself from the group within so many days, and you're off doing your own thing with your own friends or whatever. And so I will aim for that, but that's January. Yeah, October I'm in Virginia. January, that's quartzite. Then I want to be in Yuma or Mexico or something after that. I don't know. Oregon Pipe was nice. Oregon Pipe was nice. Not sure about that. Well, because I was able to go to the national park part of that, because I can't swap hands. You can't see me. The sun changed. I was able to use my disability pass, my America the Beautiful pass, to be there for like $3 or $5 a night, whatever it was. And that's right close to the border of mainland Mexico. And so getting to Baja from there or getting to mainland Mexico is pretty simple. And because it's close there, and it's a good place to meet up with people. And it's a very nice national park. That's possible. I don't know. I don't know yet. That's too far away. And plans are always written in jello. Y'all know that. So, all right, let's see. Any more questions? Who's that? Bernie? Hi, Bernie. Okay. Oh, Northwest Arkansas is gorgeous. I used to love it up near. Can I remember the name of the dam up there? It's east of Benton. I can't think of the name of that dam. But that was such a beautiful area up in there. And but it gets a lot of snow. It's kind of mountainous and everything, a lot of lakes. I had an armadillo get in Vantucket the year I was up there last. And I mean get in the engine. And he rode with me for a while before he came out. I couldn't figure out what that knocking sound was, but armadillos or something else. That's it, Beaver Lake. Yep. That was lovely. Lovely, lovely. And I might do more national parks, use my pass a little more. That's helpful. And I found a place where I can get badges that do not say Jeep. Now, I'm not 100% in love with what they do say and that they all are so matchy, but they are nice. And the people who started the company to do those badges, I think, I can't remember the name of the company right now, but I'll put something out where you can see something about that, even in a post on our little community tab on the YouTube or on the Facebook group. I'll try to put something out so you can see about those badges. But I still would like something a little different. So I'm still going to be working on something just a little different. Because, Jeepers are able to buy brass badges that say the date that they did some trail and whether it was a trails are rated from 1 to 10 and whether it was a 1, a 6, or 5, or 3, or a 10. And it's kind of cool that Jeeps can have that, but I want those because I've done some trails and I did some 6s. And I don't know what this trail was we did the other day, but I should get a badge for that too. So, and the one they're on today, they were all like, Lesa, everybody's risking their vehicles today, so don't go. And I was like, oh, that's easy. I'm not going. Rock crawling and shit. I don't have any sliders. I don't have any skid plates to protect my gas tank and stuff. No, so I didn't go. So I moved over because some of them were leaving this campsite. And tomorrow, is Monday, and there'll be the exodus from these campgrounds back to Phoenix tomorrow. And so I'm hoping that my going the other direction will be okay, and that I might go super early in the morning. And then there's the possibility that I might go spend one night at Fool Hollow Lake. I've never stayed there, but one of the folks here, one of the couples here, they have a Vitara, a 2008 Vitara. It's cute. It's really cute. And I think my Tracker's the bomb too. I think my Tracker's cute, but theirs is kind of orange and it's cute. And they have wheel fender flares and stuff on. Theirs is cute. Anyways, I think they're going to Fool Hollow Lake, and I might go with them because I'm going that direction anyways, and spend a night like that where there's like full hookups and stuff, which I don't need. But I might do that, and then I might go to Greer, and there's a national. Am I saying the right thing? Is it a national park? I can't remember the name of that campground in Greer. But there's a campground in Greer where I can use my America the Beautiful pass. And it's $3 a night. And there's showers across the street in the more expensive pay for camping. And there's bathrooms and fire pits and, the whole, and water and all of that. It's right near a lake. And so I might go there. And then from there, go have my blood test in Springerville. and then head to St. John's. So that'll be when the post office is back open, will be Tuesday. So that'll be either Tuesday or Wednesday, and head for the post office and hope that my card is there, or cards are there, because both cards. And then head for the cabin and regroup and see what and stop by the shop and have the guys just take another look at the rig and see if anything needs doing. It would be a really super good idea if I could find a way to attach my sleeping platform thing that's in the back that the refrigerator is on top of. When I was on that trail yesterday, it jumped and moved forward about 5 inches, and the front legs came down off that level. And so it would be good if I could somehow attach that to the car somehow so it won't move on a really bumpy road. That would be helpful. I'm going to have to look into the 12-volt outlet plug. Now, I believe it's by ARB company, so but there's a 12-volt outlet. Let me see if I can say this right. There's a refrigerator specific, made by ARB, 12-volt refrigerator outlet. The male portion and the female portion are threaded. That way, when you plug your refrigerator into the 12-volt outlet, you screw it in and it won't come out on a bumpy road. And I need to do the research to find out if I can use it with my refrigerator and my car. Because if I can, that would be helpful. My refrigerator did jump the plug, on that road, that bumpy road. The male plug came out of the female outlet in the back of the car. And so when I stopped to have my early lunch, I took the plug from the refrigerator plug, plugged it into my battery pack, and then plugged the battery pack into the front 12-volt outlet. That way, when the car was running, the battery pack was getting charged, and the 12-volt and the refrigerator was staying charged. Now, I heard it beep a number of times, which to me meant it was coming unplugged from the battery pack, because I was using the male plug into the female 12-volt plug, because I have not changed the plug on my refrigerator. Boy, this is detailed. I haven't changed the plug on the refrigerator to an Anderson plug, which could have a 12-volt barrel plug. That wouldn't come unhooked on a bumpy road from the battery pack, the little rock pals. But anyways, I worked it out. I was able to keep the refrigerator cold. I wasn't able to keep it freezing yesterday on that road. But that's some things I need to upgrade so that can't come undone and will continue to do its job. Because, man, what a game changer I've got with that running. So that's a blessing. Anything else? I don't know. I'm tired. And I wish I could stop saying. I hear myself repeating, "I'm tired, I'm tired," and I'm like, "Oh, what do I? Why do I keep saying that? Because I'm freaking tired." Okay, everybody. I don't see any more questions. You guys got more questions? Let me give you. Well, we're over an hour. Let me give you 5 minutes more. Any last questions for today? Because I don't know what to talk about. I need to upgrade some of my clothes. I'm happy with some of them, but like I miss my old gray hoodie that I had for years, and I have not replaced it on purpose, because I'm waiting to save enough money to buy an alpaca hoodie to replace it with. Because 1, they last a freaking long time. 2, it's a natural material. 3, it's a small cottage company that makes them, Appalachian Trail gear. And 4, let's see, you don't have to wash them very much. They don't stink. 5, they're very small. They pack tiny. And so I'm waiting until I have 150, 60 bucks, whatever it is, so I can buy one of those. And then I can get rid of, I'll be able to get rid of 3 other shirts when I get that shirt. Um, I asked my therapist with that patient assistance fund this year, I asked her to buy me, um, what are they called? Ex officio panties and no TMI, guys, and darn tough socks. And I asked her to get me a puffy jacket that is not. I picked them out. They will buy off of Amazon. So I picked them out. I asked her to get me a puffy jacket that is polyester fill, not down. And I had a choice of 2 different colors, and I was like, I wonder if I should get both because it was an inexpensive jacket. And I don't know if it'll be more like a sweater but layered with other things and layered with the alpaca. It should be pretty warm and everything else with the alpaca, and then layered with my rain jacket. Oh, and darn, I found out at Expo that my rain jacket sucks. So I need to replace the rain jacket eventually. Anyway, so the puffy jacket, though, I got it in a blue, in like one of those blues that you guys like on me that we talk about on here. So, so I'm supposed to get that. That'll be the puffy jacket, socks, panties. I did not have them. I was thinking about having them get me bras, but I didn't have them do it because I couldn't pick out something I wanted yet. I may have to order mine off of a separate site, and they'd rather do Amazon. Oh, I'm having them get me a cover for my IBC tote, that square water tank that's at the house, and having that covered is a wise idea. I don't know why people cover them with a black cover. That doesn't make sense to me. But I found one that was more a canvas tan color with UV silver protection on the inside and a dark brown around the outside, which would be a splash guard from the dirt so it didn't look so bad. So I've asked them to buy that, and it was around $30. So that's the basic things I've asked them to help with. Um, I don't know what else right now. Oh, Pixie. I've traded her my little plastic table that I love, but I traded it with her. I don't have the thing from her yet. She has the table already, but she's gonna give me a sheepskin in exchange, and the sheepskin will be part of my bedding. And it's a real one. She's a yard sale shopper, let me tell you. And I love going yard sale with her. She's fun to do yard sale with. Anyway, and thrift store. Um, so we traded that. She just gave me an old vintage coffee pot. She doesn't want to clean it, but we made percolated coffee this morning in it on one of my little hobo stoves. And I was like, you know what? I want one of those for the rig. And I've had things before, but I just love that little one. And she went to the bathroom and came back, and she said, "No, you're gonna have that." And I was like, "No," and she was like, "Yeah, yeah." She goes, "I decided I don't want to clean it." And I understand because I had just found Folgers coffee singles, which are ancient. They've been around a long, long time, and they make a freaking good cup of coffee. But sometimes I just want a pot of coffee, and I'm going to do it over fire. And so I have the hobo stove that goes with my Kelly kettle. And really, I don't need my big Kelly kettle with me. It makes great bath water, but that size is better for up at the cabin. I wish I had a smaller kettle out here for just water, for bath water, but who needs to do it that way? Most of the time I don't need to do it that way. So, and I like having a pot of coffee, not just a cup of coffee. And I'm going to do both. I mean, because if I was hiking or getting on an airplane, I would so take some Folgers coffee singles or somebody's coffee singles, right? The tea bag style. I would take those with me on a plane in a heartbeat, so that I know how to get hot water out of any coffee shop, okay, or yeah, or any gas station, and so that's a good way to have a cup of coffee. But I would like to have, when I'm out like I am this weekend, a pot of coffee and somebody being able to just walk over and have a cup of coffee. It's kind of nice. And anyways, I've talked about that a little bit. So do we have more questions? Let me check that. And then I'm probably going to let y'all go and I'm going to rest more today. Let's see what's up in here. It looks like more people are coming in even at this time. Who's that? Is that an Ernie? Oh, that's Katie. Hi, Katie. No more questions? Yeah, Folgers singles really are pretty tasty. It's like a really decent, surprisingly, a really decent cup of coffee. And then somebody at Expo was starting to sell their coffee in a tea bag style. Now, I didn't like the way their strings were attached to theirs, but that was a good cup of coffee too. So that was awfully nice. What is this? Okay, I can't see it. What size panel did you get? Oh, well, this setup, I had to measure the flattest spot on my car and then find a panel that they sell that would fit that flat space, because you can't go over the trim bumps. I don't have a better word for that right now. In the hood. So a lot of hoods, they have a little indentation bump thing. And so the only one that would fit mine, I forgot what it was made specifically for, but I this one is a 70-watt panel. And yes, Lensun has a 100-watt panel that would have fit, but they don't sell it as a kit and they don't guarantee anything. And they were the manufacturers for Cascadia. So once he figured out the system, they started a year later selling a similar product. And so I'm not doing Lensun for that reason. And because I knew this kit was guaranteed and Lensun was not, I believe. Let me check. I thought I saw another question. To see you again. Oh, is that Bernie? Yeah, I know Bernie. You and I would feel like sisters or something. All right. What else? Oh, Joanne Beeks. Hi, Joanne. Yeah, so the panel on my car is a 70-watt, but it feeds into my drive battery, and it has a sensor on it that if any of the parts get too hot, it shuts itself off. But keeping it in the sun keeps the drive battery running while my refrigerator or any other accessories are running on it. And it has the wiring to hook up, like someday in my engine compartment, someday we'll probably have a bus bar for my electricity, which just neatens up all the products that are attached to my battery. Like right now, my light bar is attached to my battery post and my solar panels are attached to the battery post. But all of those can go through a bus bar, which makes a neater thing. There, everything is already fused, but bus bars make the fuses and all the connections a little simpler and neater, so it's easier to manage. And then there can be a battery isolator, and the wiring is built in to the charge controller for you to use a battery isolator and add house batteries to the system as well. And so what that would do is you can choose to use the house batteries when you're stopped or the drive battery. And the charge controller would feed both systems. So both your drive battery would have plenty of power, but so would your house batteries. And when they were wiring my 12-volt outlets in, they found a location inside my wall, on the side walls over my rear tires, where there's a place for a skinny sealed AGM battery that can be built into the wall. That will be sweet. So at some time we'll do that. Guys, I'm going to say it probably for the 5th time today. I'm thinking I said it 3, but I probably said it 5 times that I'm tired. So I think this has been a good hour, and I'm thinking that I should let y'all go and just rest some more today. I'd like to go get a drink as well. And I'm saying a drink. I don't know why it hit me funny. I was like, oh yeah, let's go get a whiskey. I don't even drink whiskey. I'm just joking. Okay. I don't drink whiskey. I do occasionally have a drink, but I'm not a whiskey person. No, I'm more like, I know I don't have any ice because the fridge is not running in freezer mode right now. But a glass of water, or I might make, I think I have one more stick of instant decaffeinated coffee, and I have some powdered goat's milk and a little bit of honey. I think I could make an iced coffee that's not cold, not super cold. I think I could do that. Maybe I'll do that next. I didn't bring my shaker jug. I think I need to bring my shaker jug back out. That's a good size for a cold drink. Okay, if nobody else has any more questions, that's an extra 5 minutes, and I'm tired, and I'm going to let y'all go. You have a wonderful, wonderful day, a wonderful week. Maybe I'll be more rested next week when we talk. Please continue to like and subscribe and hang in there as I work on all this stuff. I mean, it's getting easier and better, that's for sure. Love y'all. Pray for each other. I don't know any specific needs right now of other people. Yeah, I'm a little out of touch with our group exactly, but I don't know. I can't think right now of any specific hard up needs or anything. But y'all, pray for each other and hang in there. That's the best I got. Y'all have a wonderful week. There's some more wind. And I'll see you next Sunday, bright and early, 9:30 Arizona time. And keep living simply. That's all I could say. Just keep it simple. Ciao.